How is it going, everybody? This is RBT coming at you with my Dark Horse Heisman candidates for the 2013 college football season. And in this video, I'm just going to list the players that I believe might surprise some people this season and actually end up in New York for the Heisman Trophy presentation. And starting off my list, we have Tajh Yeldon, the running back from the University of Alabama. I believe he'll follow suit with Mark Ingram and Trent Richardson and end up in New York for the Heisman Trophy presentation. I mean, as long as you're the start running back at the University of Alabama and you have the good offensive line that they have, you're going to put up the stats to be up for the Heisman Trophy. So he's a great running back, had a great freshman year, so expect him to have some Heisman Trophy consideration for this season. And next, this one might surprise some people, which is David Ash, the quarterback for Texas. And we all know Texas has not been the Texas that we know from years past. They definitely been down, but David Ash, he has progressed from his freshman to sophomore season. He had a pretty decent season last year, led Texas to a bowl game victory over Oregon State, and had a good game. And I believe in his third season as a starter for the Texas Longhorns, he's going to take another step forward. I believe he'll lead Texas to at least a 10-win season. And for him individually bringing Texas back to national recognition, I believe he'll be up there and be talked about for the Heisman Trophy. Next, we have Mariota, the quarterback from Oregon. And even though Oregon has a new head coach, he was the offensive coordinator last year, and he's going to be bringing the same offense. And Mariota excelled in the offensive last year. He really had a great year. And he really was undervalued by a lot of people because it's just another Oregon quarterback. So they know he's a system quarterback and is going to put up great stats. But he played very well, and he was only a freshman, so I believe he'll take a step forward. And they're going to open up the offense a little bit more than they did last year with him. I believe he's going to have a great season. And he definitely is going to have the stats to be considered for the Heisman Trophy. And next, we have Taylor Martinez, the quarterback for Nebraska. This is his third year starting for Nebraska, and he really improved last year throwing the football. And we all know how he can run in that championship game, man. That run he had against Wisconsin was one of the most insane runs I've ever seen a quarterback run in my life. So we know the athletic ability is there, and with his third year starting in Nebraska, I believe he'll have a great season. And with that great season, he might lead Nebraska to a Big Ten championship. And if that's the case, I can definitely see him going to New York for the Heisman Trophy presentation. And next, staying at Nebraska, we have their running back, Amir Abdullah. He's a very talented running back. He was only a sophomore last season, and he actually took over for the injured Rex Burkhead, and he still put up 1,000 yards last season. So he had a great year, and with this being his first full year to start, he definitely is off of experts' radars to actually be considered for the Heisman Trophy. But I believe if he has a season like he did last year, and I believe he'll even improve from last year, definitely having a whole season start, he will be up there for the Heisman Trophy presentation. And next we have Todd Gurley, the freshman running back at Georgia. He has the talent to be a Heisman Trophy type of running back, but the only question I have with him is if he's going to have enough carries. I mean, we all know he's going to split his carries. He will get the bulk of the carries, but he'll lose a lot of his carries. I'm trying to make my point there. But he's talented, like I said. He's one of the best running backs in the SEC. Georgia's definitely going to rely on him this season, and they'll have a good year, and he should put up 1,500 plus yards running the football. And definitely at some point of the season, I really believe he will be considered for the Heisman Trophy. And next, we have a guy that might fall off the radar for a lot of people was Tyler Tettleton, the quarterback from Ohio. The guy runs the spread offense at Ohio, had a great season. He can run the football, he can throw the football, very effective whatever he decides to do. Just a great player. And if Ohio can have a good season and actually be on the outside looking in and actually go to a BCS bowl game, I believe this man has all the potential in the world, and I believe he really has the stats and ability to be up there and surprise some people and actually have some consideration for the 2013 Heisman Trophy. And staying in non-BCS play, which another guy that really impressed me last season was Kolton Browning, the quarterback from Louisiana Monroe. They have a very tough schedule out of conference, and I believe if he can win those games like he did last year against Auburn and Arkansas, and he can play like that throughout the season. I mean, Louisiana Monroe did have a mid-season struggle. If he can play like that all season, which I believe he will, and I believe he'll definitely improve from his junior to senior season, man, he has all the ability in the world. He can run the football much like Tyler Tettleton. He's left-handed. He can throw the football, and he's a competitor. He's a leader, so if they keep winning, he'll definitely move up on people's list for the Heisman Trophy. And next is another quarterback off the radar, but from a BCS school, is Kain Colter, the quarterback for Northwestern. And much like the two previous guys, he can run the football, can throw the football, very effective. And Northwestern is always one of those sleeper teams that can upset a Big Ten team. And I believe one of these years, not sure if it's going to be this year, that they have the chance to go and win the Big Ten championship. And if it's this year, which it very well may be, because Kain Colter is a very, very good quarterback that I believe will surprise a lot of people. If they can actually get to the Big Ten championship and have a good season, I believe with him having Northwestern on his back, because he is by far the best player that they have, he will have some Heisman Trophy consideration next season. And next, staying in the Big Ten, we have Hyde, the running back for Ohio State. I know in my initial Heisman candidate video I have the quarterback Braxton Miller, but Hyde, he's a great running back. He will be used a lot this season because we all know Ohio State loves to run the football downhill. He's a downhill type running back. He'll put up some great stats. Ohio State has an easy schedule, so his stats might be a little inflated, but still, he's going to have a great season, and either him or Braxton Miller will be up there for the Heisman Trophy. And that's his only really disadvantage is the fact that Braxton Miller is a preseason Heisman favorite. If that wasn't the case, he'd have all the hype around him. So if he can have a good season, I can see them having in consideration, but its only negative is the fact that his teammate is Braxton Miller. And next, this guy might surprise some people for being on my Dark Horse video instead of my initial Heisman candidate video. It's Tajh, the quarterback from Clemson, but much like Hyde, it's either him or Sammy Watkins, and last season it was all Sammy Watkins. So no matter how good Tajh plays, it never really seems like anybody gives him some Heisman credit or Heisman consideration. And I believe that'll change this year because it's his senior season. I believe he'll have a great season as long as Sammy Watkins, but the problem is he's not as nationally known as Sammy Watkins is. Everybody thinks Sammy Watkins is the best wide receiver in the country, great player, and Tajh just doesn't get as much recognition as him. I mean, he's a great player. I mean, in the ACC country, he's a big name, but I mean, he's a great player and doesn't get as much recognition as he needs to. Had a great game against LSU, and I think that game against LSU did help his chances, but the same problem with Hyde. I believe it'll either be him or Sammy Watkins in New York. And last but not least is Gardner, the quarterback from Michigan, staying in the Big Ten. I think I have five players from the Big Ten on this list. Just another quarterback, the quarterback from Michigan. He actually did take over for Denard Robinson last year when Denard Robinson hurt his hand. Whatever he did to the nerve in his hand where he couldn't throw. And he excelled. He played very, very well last season. He almost single-handedly beat South Carolina in their bowl game last season. But, I mean, man, he's a great player. He's going to be a great fit in Michigan's offense. He can run the ball. He's not as fast as Denard Robinson. Nobody really is as a quarterback. But he's effective running the football. But the thing that he can do that Denard Robinson can't do is he can actually throw the football very effectively. He has a great arm. He needs to improve on his accuracy a little bit. But, man, he's going to put up some great stats. I'm not sure if they're going to they might transition a little bit more to that pro-style offense, but they're going to take advantage of Gardner's running ability. And, man, if Michigan can have a good season and win the Big Ten, he'll definitely be up there for the Heisman Trophy. So, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment in the comment section below of a few guys you believe are Dark Horse Heisman candidates. And also, if you want to go ahead and leave a comment with who you believe will actually win the Heisman Trophy. So thank you guys, and as always, roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans to you. I'll see you later, and have a great day.